Okay. I hereby declare this meeting to order and state that this is a meeting of the mayor and council of the town of Harrison scheduled for September 20, 2022. This regular meeting and proper public notice in compliance with the Sunshine Law has been forwarded to 2 newspapers published in this area, posted on the bulletin board, town website, and the main access door of the town hall. And a copy of said notice has been filed in the office of the town clerk. You please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation under God,
Liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Paul, you want to make your statement before you call the roll?
Sure. This meeting is being conducted remotely using the Zoom platform. When members of the public join the meeting, their microphones will be muted. Each individual will control their video if available. During the public comment section at the end of the meeting, individuals will need to virtually raise their hands to participate. From your desktop, laptop, or the Zoom app, you need to use the Zoom quote, raise your hand, end quote icon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's *9 from your phone. The Zoom operator will announce your designation related to the mayor and council. Once acknowledged, you will be unmuted, allowed to speak, and then once your time has been at an end, you will be muted again, and the next person will be opened up to comment. That's all, Mayor.
Now, is there again somebody speaking in the background?
Somebody's got a radio on or something. TV.
Radio.
There. Okay.
No, Paul, I think it's an echo. Somebody might.
Somebody have their phone on or something? There's Mike. Okay.
Seems like it's kind of off now.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of
Oh,
the
yeah, I gotta call,
August
Mayor, I gotta call the roll first.
call.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Roll
So
call first.
Councilman
Thank you.
Bennett,
Here.
Camano, Dallahan. Mike, I see you. Okay. Doran,
Here.
Haranga,
Here.
Mendoza,
Here.
Sarabando,
Here.
Balada. Balada, I see you. Where'd you go? Ellie, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm back here.
Okay, and Mayor Fife.
Here. Okay, Paul, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the August 16th, 2022
Motion to
meeting?
approve, Mayor.
Second.
Okay, and then just
roll call?
right, just let everyone know, council persons Bennett, Doran, and Mendoza were absent next meeting. So Councilman Bennett,
Okay.
Aye.
they abstain or aye? You
Aye.
say it again?
Oh, I abstain.
Okay, great. Camano is absent. Okay, Dallahan,
Aye.
Doran,
Abstain.
Haranga,
Aye.
Mendoza,
Abstain.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
Aye.
and Mayor Fife.
Aye. Okay, Paul, the legal committee?
Okay, Mayor, legal committee has several resolutions. The first is a resolution authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract to Tom Kalu Consulting LLC. A resolution approving the treatment works approval permit application for Advanced Realty Investors project at 1020 Frankie Rogers Boulevard South and authorizing the mayor to sign same. A resolution rejecting bids and re-advertising for the Harrison Public Library renovations project. Same thing for the Cape May Street Park Improvements Project. And a resolution opting for a 3rd year for waste collection and recycling services with Cali Carding, Inc. And finally, a resolution recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month. That's all, Mayor.
Okay, can we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Councilman Bennett? Bennett? You're yeah. Just put your thumb up. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Dallahan?
He's on mute.
Mike, you're on mute too. I see. Okay, aye. Haranga, sorry, Doran,
Aye.
Haranga,
Aye.
Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
Aye.
and Mayor Fife.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, ordinance committee, Paul?
Before that, we have license, Mayor, if I could just do two short resolutions. A resolution to approve ABC
okay.
license renewals for the 2022-2023 license term. And these are pocket licenses and such that had to get clearance. And then a resolution to approve a person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption license number 0904-3380-003. That's the Manor Bar and Grill. That's all, Mayor.
Well, I have a
Okay.
question, Paul.
Mhm.
Is that staying at that address?
Yeah, that was just a person-to-person. It's gonna stay where it is.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Okay, Paul, roll call.
Councilman Bennett,
Aye.
Callahan. Yep, I see him. Okay. Doran,
Aye.
Haranga,
Aye.
Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
Aye.
and Mayor Fife.
Aye. Okay, Paul, ordinances?
Okay, we have number 1468 on for second reading, hearing and adoption. It's an ordinance repealing ordinance number 1233. So if we get a motion to open the hearing,
Motion to open hearing?
all aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, the hearing is open. It's 6:37. So anyone from the public that wishes to speak, star 9 on your phone or the raise hand icon. So we have John M. Pinho-esque.
Good evening, it's John Pino. So this is the ordinance, the 1469, the cannabis ordinance.
No, so this one is the one repealing 1233, which was the pay to play law.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Paul, who's speaking? And
This
what's
is John Pinho-esque.
your address?
This is on an ordinance hearing, yeah, so but if you could state your address.
301 North Frankie Rogers Boulevard.
That's your living address, John?
No, that is my office.
Okay. You have a home address?
I do.
You need that for record, Paul?
Not for the ordinance hearing, but for the open session.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Pinho.
Okay, so could you explain why the ordinance is being repealed?
So just to give you a little history, that someone's got a back, noise in the back. So just give you a little history. 1233 was adopted a number of years ago when the town was under what was called transitional aid program. So at the direction of the Division of Local Government Services, they gave us an ordinance. It wasn't written too well, had a lot of typos, believe it or not, and kind of didn't make a lot of sense. But it was a condition to receive transitional aid, so we adopted it. So since then, we've had the New Jersey local unit pay to play law in place. It's a comprehensive, set of rules and regulations regarding the pay to play laws. And at this point, it's seems proper to clean up some of our ordinances, which we've been doing as time goes on, and just fall under the New Jersey local unit pay to play law at this point.
Okay, so ordinance 1468 is not it's just referring to the New Jersey pay to play regulations? Is that-
Right, correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Sure. Any other citizen that wishes to speak, again, star 9 on your phone or the raise hand icon on your app, Zoom. Okay, Mayor, I don't see any other people who want to
Okay.
speak. We have a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close the hearing?
Second?
All aye.
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 Okay, so the hearing closed at 6:40. So if we could get a motion to adopt 1468, an ordinance repealing ordinance number 1233.
Motion to adopt.
Okay.
second,
second,
Okay, what's made and seconded?
Okay,
Roll call, Paul?
Councilman Bennett,
aye,
Dolahan. Mike, thumbs up, okay, so thumbs up. Doran,
aye,
Paranga,
aye,
Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
aye,
and Mayor Fife.
Aye.
So the next one, Mayor, is ordinance 1469. It's an ordinance of the Town of Harrison County, Hudson, State of New Jersey, repealing and replacing ordinance 1445 regarding implementation of provisions of the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Enforcement Assistance and Marketplace Modernization Act. And just before it's his first reading, the hearing will be at the next meeting. And this is a cleanup of the previous 1445 that we had adopted back in, I think it was what, July, guys? July, September, August?
Yeah.
August?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
Okay. So we
Paul,
will
this
have
is-
a public hearing in it on, at the next meeting. So today's just introduction.
Paul, this is more in compliance with the Cannabis Regulatory Commission that has been changing the rules pretty much every couple months.
Right. Right. And then some local conditions.
Right.
Yeah. So if I could get a motion for first
Introduction.
reading, and then we'll come back for the next.
Move for introduction on first reading.
second,
Okay, made and seconded, roll call?
Councilman Bennett,
aye,
Dolahan. Yep, I see his thumbs up. Okay. Doran,
Aye,
Paranga. Councilman, you're muted. Yep.
aye,
Thank you. Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
aye,
and Mayor Fife.
Aye.
Hey, Mayor, can I read the police resolution?
Okay, Paul, police?
Okay, it's a resolution designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons.
motion,
second,
Okay, made and seconded, roll call?
Councilman Bennett,
aye,
Dolahan.
Aye.
Okay, good, Mike, thanks. Doran,
aye,
Paranga. Paranga. Oh, he said aye, okay. Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
aye,
and Mayor Fife.
Aye.
Okay, Mayor, Finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Finance Committee?
Okay, so we have the first three resolutions are for a resolution authorizing for NJSA 48:4-87 insertions of items of revenue and offsetting appropriations in the 2022 municipal budget. The first one's for CAA/CRRSA home delivered meals. The next one's for Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services Alliance Fund for trauma education. And the third is the New Jersey Department of Transportation various streets. These are grants that, came in after the budget was struck. The next one's a resolution authorizing it's one more. That resolution authorizing for NJSA 48:4-87 insertion of items of revenue and offsetting appropriations in the 2022 municipal budget for the Municipal Alliance. Next one's a resolution authorizing the closing of an escrow account. The next one's authorizing redemption of outside lien for block 97 lot 1.01. The next one's a resolution authorizing overpayment refund for block 162 lot 7. A resolution authorizing overpayment refund for block 62 lot 7.03. A resolution authorizing a refund of various recreation program payments. A resolution authorizing waiver and reduction of certain recreation program fees and deposits for 2022. And finally, a resolution for payment of bills and payroll. That's all, Mayor.
Okay, can we move for that?
move for adoption.
second,
Thank you. Okay, Mayor, so on roll call, Bennett,
aye,
Dolahan,
Aye.
Doran,
Aye,
Paranga,
aye,
Mendoza,
Aye.
Sarabando,
Aye.
Balada,
aye,
and Mayor Fife.
Aye. At this time, I would ask for anyone from the public who would like to make a public comment.
Again, raise your hand, we're star 9. Okay, the first one is John M. Pinho-esque.
John Pino again. So there's a resolution to approve treatment.
Okay, again, if you could state your residence, John, please.
301 Frankie Rogers Boulevard North.
Is that a home residence?
No,
Can you have, can you ask for a home residence, Paul?
I'd have to take a look at the rules and regs from the beginning of the year. You want me to just take a minute and look at those or just move on?
Mr. Councilman Doran, you could Google my name and find my address if you want.
Time for that,
I'm not
John.
required to give my address. I just give my business address. So,
You live in
You live
Harrison?
in Montclair, right, John?
yes, I do.
Montclair, right?
Correct.
Good, thank you.
All right, so go on, John.
Okay. So I was asking on the resolution approving the treatment works approval permit application for Advanced Realty at 1020 South Frankie Rogers Boulevard. Is that the vacant lot in front of the Red Bull Stadium?
Right, it's the two big remaining lots in front of Red Bull that are on Guyon, and I forget what that middle road is offhand. So they're along Guyon, and they're the two big lots that are empty right now.
Okay, and this permit is for what? For what's?
I'll let Rocco elaborate, but it's for tying into the sewer system. Rocco, could you explain it further?
I'm on.
Good.
All right, so when they first built the 6 blocks in front of Red Bull and they did all the infrastructure work, they got I think it was called like a dry TWA, which approved them to do all the infrastructure installation, but it had what they were saying was a zero flow. So as each parcel now starts to apply and build buildings, each developer, it was, Russo, DeBartolo, now Advanced, they file a separate TWA to tie into the new municipal mains. So this is just, I believe Block A and B got site plan approval. I'm not sure, I'd have to talk to Mary, I think about a month or two ago. So now they're moving forward with submitting for TWAs to basically get approval to have the flow from the buildings go into our sanitary sewer system, which eventually then goes and deposits into PVSC.
Okay.
So each block, so E and F did, C did, D has a TWA, and now A and B are applying.
And A and B are the lots in front of the Red Bulls.
Well, yes, but like they're the northern blocks. So it's between Guyon and Riverbend, between Rogers and Higgins.
Okay. Okay, so one of the question I have, when I'd asked this at the redevelopment, is whether this property that's the last vacant property in the redevelopment zone should be used for a park or a green space, including dog park, for the residents of Harrison to use. And what this resolution is doing is starting the process of having additional apartment buildings built. So my question is, should we be doing this, or should we be moving to save this property to be used for green space, which was part of the original redevelopment plan, was that there would be green space for the residents of Harrison?
Well, we are.
Down on Cape May Street.
Right, so if I could, guys, so the entire waterfront redevelopment plan is a comprehensive plan that was, produced by professional planners, which incorporates green space, walkways, pocket parks, and the like. In that immediate area, what used to be PSE&G property along the river, basically from, the Jackson Street Bridge towards Pete Higgins, is going to be, an 8+ acre park with open space. So we bought that property, without any debt from the town, and we have grants to construct it. So that is going to be an 8+ acre park right in that area.
You're talking about the public service, electric and gas that was just cleaned up? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
I mean,
on
it
Cape
was cleaned
May
up.
Street.
So it's along Cape May Street between Frank and Higgins.
Yes, that was
You're talking
cleaned up.
about- You're talking about the park that you guys are building now.
Correct.
Is that also bids rejected? Is that the same?
Right.
park?
So, yeah. So what happened with that is we had Suburban Consulting Engineers or landscape engineers, make plans and specs. We opted for a lot of, like you said, open space. So at one point we were looking at maybe a soccer field, but the mayor and council determined that it's better to have like an open multi-use field, playgrounds. It has like water features for children to splash in. There's places to sit. There's
And a dog
walkways
park.
and a dog park. So all that's incorporated in. It's going to be a great project when it's done. The problem is that probably due to COVID, like everything else is, we went out to bid and the low bidder withdrew his bid because he made a $1.2 million calculation mistake that he blames on his computer. And then the second lowest bidder also had a defect, but even the second lowest bidder was above what our estimate was for the park. So the prudent thing that we thought to do was to go out to bid again and make sure we have, complete packages that have no mistakes and then take it from there.
The public service, electric and gas property, mayor indicated at the redevelopment meeting that, and I look now for information on the DP or the EPA is proposing to dredge the Passaic River and try to remove the Agent Orange cancer-causing chemicals from the bottom of the Passaic River. And from what I understand, and no one has mentioned it in council, the mayor, except in passing on the redevelopment meeting, it looks like they're proposing to use the Passaic public service, electric and gas that just has been cleaned up to dewater the sludge from the bottom of the Passaic River. And what is the mayor and council's position on that?
I mean, at this point, I don't think there's anything to take a position on. So the EPA is heading up this thing you're talking about, which is the cleanup of the lower, what's a rock, 8.1 miles of the Passaic River. So their proposal in cooperation with the PRPs, the potentially responsible parties, is to do some activities to like I said, dredge materials. PSE&G, I believe Rock was designated as one of those PRPs. They have this 28-acre site that's south of the old gas station on the west side of Frank. And there may be use of some of that property for operations for the dredging, but that property is privately held, it's held by PSE&G, it's a private utility. And at this point, the town is not involved in that. However, it's a good thing if they clean up the lower Passaic River in the town so that we can, have people use the water in the future. So anything I think that would foster that, we would be in favor of.
So, Mrs. Zarbetzky, I was asking the mayor that question.
Okay, but I don't.
The mayor have a position on the potential dredging and dewatering of the dredge at the public service, electric and gas works property?
And again, I'm telling you that we have nothing in writing asking for a position, and we don't even know what the final operations that are even proposed on that site. This is just preliminary discussions between the EPA and PSE&G, so that's not before us at this time.
once again, I'm asking Mayor
You
Fife
can ask all
or
you want,
any,
Sean, but he
any
does, he
councilman.
doesn't have, you're saying, can he, what's his position on dewatering of Agent
let's-
Orange? How do
let-
you know that there's dewatering of Agent Orange that's proposed on that site? Do you have something you could show me?
There's a memo, there's a release back from October of 21
Mhm.
that states that they're going to use Kearney, they're going to use Passaic Valley, they're going to use the property of public service.
Mhm.
That's to dewater sludge. The sludge that's being dewatered is Agent Orange sludge that was produced in the ironbound section of Newark at Diamond Shamrock during the Vietnam War. It's highly toxic. It's cancer causing. Okay, so if the mayor and council don't have a position on that, it's okay. I mean, if I was the mayor, I'd be jumping up and down and saying, I don't want this in
Well,
Harrison.
hey,
But
John,
I'm
I
asking
can
the
say
mayor,
something.
I'm asking the mayor
And the
whether he
council.
has a position on it.
Okay,
understanding.
I can answer.
John, my position is when we know something, we'll say something. We know nothing right now, except what you're reading. I don't know where you're reading that from, but wherever.
That's
We have
online,
not
man.
had any, we had one minor meeting with PSE&G, and they told us that the EPA was doing something, but they don't know what. We don't know what. And actually, public service is not cleaned up yet. They still have a few more months of cleaning to do. So the EPA is not coming there for a while, if they're coming at all.
Mayor, you were at the redevelopment meeting, said that the public service property was that the EPA was going to use it for at least 10 years. Is that correct?
Well, they did say they were it probably would take 10 years if they're going to use it.
Okay, so the assuming that the EPA says we're going to dewater the sludge from the bottom of the Passaic River and at the Public Service Electric and Gas Works, what is your position if they say that?
Mayor,
John, when,
The
Hey,
last
when
Paul, I
when-
can say, hey, Paul, I can speak or no?
Okay, well, let Dr.
Yeah.
Goring go first and then go ahead, Doctor.
Mayor, last I read something was that Passaic Valley had bought a piece of land next to their property, and that's where the actual dewatering is going to be, and that's where most of the site. It's a several acre site that's going to be at least discussions, and at this point, nobody's made any final decision on it. But I haven't seen anything that says they're going to be doing that at the PSE&G site. I think what they're looking for is for every town to have some type of, how should I say, skin in the game to have
Yeah,
some
right.
type of contribution to it. And I think it's probably for all 8 communities, a good idea that everybody contributes something. And what that's going to be in the end is very difficult to say at this point because the EPA has not come up with a plan. And even Passaic Valley is waiting for them to come up with a plan as to how they're going to achieve this. So at this point, it's very early on the game to speculate as to where or when or how this thing's going to take place.
Yeah, Councilman Doran, I can't put it up on the screen, but there's a document I could send you, October of 21, which basically states that this is what they're looking to do. And one of the spots is the public service, electric and gas. They describe it as something else, but that's what they're talking about. And Kearney, I think it was Spectre Serve, and then Passaic Valley. So well, my concern is the property at Public Service Electric and Gas, which is closer to any residential neighborhood, and a significant, the redevelopment plan was put in place by Mayor McDonough and Pete Higgins to turn the industrial part of Harrison to residential, and it did have in the green space, not at Cape May Street, but in the middle of the redevelopment zone, and that's gone. I do not think that the mayor and council should be silent even now with even and it's from October of 21. And the only reason I knew about it was because the mayor mentioned it. And then I went to look it up and there it was. The plan is set. It's going to be sludge with Agent Orange being dumped at the public service. And what's across the street? Residential buildings. So if the mayor is not against that,
So-
council's not against that, where are we going?
John, where, across the street where?
But the Steelworks?
Not across the street from the Steelworks.
The public service, electric and gas, what they are cleaning up right now, or they're finishing cleaning up, that they cleaned up, is not across from residential apartment buildings?
Yeah, it is. It's across the street.
Okay,
And we don't know where it's gonna go. You don't know where it's gonna go. You
I
saw
do.
something. It's,
It's-
no,
yeah,
you don't.
I'll
Yeah, but
send you the document.
so Mayor,
John,
so John,
Give me the document.
are you suggesting that the EPA, which Rocco and I have been, tangentially involved in this for, I don't know, what's it, 10 years now, Rocco, where they've been going back and forth, whether they're gonna do a slight cut, a deep cut, no cut, vegetation, there was like, I don't know, 10 different things that they were banding about over the last 10 years. So, John, are you suggesting that the EPA is trying to clean up the river, which is a great thing, is going to allow contamination to happen on the PSE site during the decontamination?
I'm telling you that there's a document dated October 21 that I'll
Mhm.
send you. Okay, that states that they're going to pick up the sludge from the
Mhm.
bottom of the Passaic and dewater it, okay, in certain facilities, one of which is the public service
And-
electric and gas.
And it
I
says in
can
that
speak on
document that it's gonna be dangerous to the human health?
I don't know if it says it's going to be dangerous to human health, but if it's dangerous at the bottom of the river, you want to clean it up. Bringing it onto a property, okay, it is, in my book, dangerous, and it shouldn't happen because
Urbanda wants
it's
to say
next
something.
to residential properties, apartment buildings. We wanted to get away from industrial contamination.
Well,
Wait,
let.
John, you're making a whole bunch of
Let them do
speculation.
it.
That's a whole bunch of speculation on your part.
It's not speculation.
Mr. Sarabanda wants to
You're really
speak.
jumping into something, but
Oh,
not
I'll defer to
speculation,
Sarah
Councilman.
on it.
Urbanda would like to speak.
I can speak now?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
go ahead,
I don't
Delphin.
know if you guys know about this. First of all, APA, with the contractor do that work, he prepared the work and submit it to the APA. And they gotta be approved for APA. I did the job like this, like 2 years ago in Patterson, over the Pacific River. We clean up the bed in the Pacific River. If people have no idea how does this work, is legal and is safe. Dump that thing on the property PSE&G, but it's a lot of work. You gotta be set up. You guys have no idea what you gotta be set up before you start dump the water or the water or the slurry from the Pacific River contamination material. So if you guys you don't know, John, this is for you. Get involved. If you need more paperwork, I can call my boss, Nelson Ferreira, and I can submit it to you. Because the way you talk is you not get to the right information. APA is probably the most difficult agents who work under this business. You never get anything approved if it's not safety for the public. That's all I can say. And I did this kind of work
Okay.
2 years ago. I'm done.
Whereas
Okay.
John likes to grandstand and make it seem like there's a public safety issue and that we're not taking a stand on it, but that's election time and that's John Pino for you.
That's Councilman. The council and the mayor were not even aware of the October 21st document. I'm here.
Enough, Johnny. We are aware.
John, you don't know
You're-
that,
you're
but
aware.
anyway.
I can
John,
probably
But
give you
you
five
finished
John,
now?
I know you're
plans,
talking
John,
about, John.
for this.
John, I know you're
You're a
talking about.
blowhard. You're making it seem like you know something and you don't, John.
Okay, so, okay, guys, so
Councilman?
the rules and regs that we put in place give everyone 5 minutes. John's been talking for, let's see, what time is it? About 20 minutes. So, Kunal, if you could shut that mic and then see if anyone else.
I've
wants
heard
to-
enough.
Thank you, John. All right, any other people in the public wish to speak again? Star 9 from your phone or raise your hand icon on your Zoom app.
Seeing none, Paul.
Okay, Mayor, we seeing none?
Okay, call for adjournment,
Motion to dismiss?
call for adjournment, yeah.
Yeah, motion for adjournment,
Motion.
second.
Second.
Okay, all aye,
Aye.
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 opposed? Okay, we're adjourned at 7:06. Thank you and have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.